And we're back.
We're back. Hey,
And
Zach,
we're
how are
back.
you?
I'm good, Nick. How was traveling back in time from Australia?
Oh, it's wild. It's wild being in the future and then back in the past. But yeah, I've had an eventful few days to say the least. Yeah, it's been a bit challenging, but as they say, the show must go on.
Of course.
So
And for my
so
next trick.
yeah. So yeah, I had a good visit in Melbourne. Met with the ePlace team and reconnected there, and met with some investors also, and had some really good things cooking. And I would say that within the next few days, we should be able to have a session just like this, and I think that'll change our project forever.
Oh, I mean, foreshadowing, but I mean, I already know, like, yeah, it's really exciting news. It's been fun.
I think if it wasn't for the fact that I hurt my back, my trip back from Australia would have been I would have been on a nonstop high.
So
It's
Cloud 8 instead of Cloud 9.
Yeah, and like as people are commenting here, yeah, I've had a couple of that's both friends and family last night, and that does weigh on you. But as I said, the show must go on, so we're gonna keep moving. But I just want to say that my Australia trip was very, very, very meaningful, very successful, and the project's gonna have some big news very shortly. So we're just dotting the i's and crossing the t's, and I cannot wait to share news with you.
Whoa! I just pulled up the VTRO on my phone because someone commented something about the price, and there is a big green candle going right now. Someone must be happy about the download.
All right, well, that's great.
How was the NBL? How did you get some courtside seats for the NBL? Like,
yeah, so we were instrumental in building the NBL Chains website, which is their sort of NBA Top Shot
right
equivalent. And so it was good to go and meet with the leadership there, and they invited me for one of the games, and we went there. My first ever NBL kind of game, and sitting there at the floor at courtside, I guess is what you call it, right? Or floor level. What do you call it for basketball? I don't know the term.
Courtside.
But yeah, it was great to see. It is definitely a much more family oriented sport in Australia than it is in the US. Lots of little kids there, lots of them. And that added to sort of the fun of it, like especially like the cheers and all that kind of stuff.
I've been paying attention a little bit to the NBL just because they have some pretty good draft prospects this year.
Yeah, they are a feeder. They are a feeder, right? For
it kind of sort of, yeah, like the young stud prospects can go play professional over there early and then go to the NBA draft. And my Pistons are absolutely dog awful. They're on pace to have the worst NBA record of all time, and there's a kid that's like a 7'1" guy, Sar, out of one of the teams there, and he's an insane athlete. So
yeah, for me, it was a blur because I was keeping both Australia time meetings and US time meetings. So
yeah, you're coming to our stand-ups at like it's 3:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, 3 a.m. stand-ups. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, you're crazy. You're insane. I've been starting to get like you too, because I've been obviously collabing with people internationally too, where like I've been splitting up my day and like my normal typical evening hours, like dinner and relax. That's in the middle of my day, and then I work till like midnight, 1 a.m. just because that's when other people work. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of people always ask me like, why do you work so much or whatever? And the thing you have to realize is it's not work if you live it, you breathe it, it's it's your passion. So for me, this is not work at all. I enjoy it, and I would I really do miss it if I'm not in it. I really
do. In a way, like it's creation. It got a little bit of everything. It's got the creativity. It's got the planning, the strategy. Like the way my brain works, it's like this leads into this, and then leads into this and this, and then once you get that full like ecosystem picture, you're like, that's nice.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
There's a ton of moving parts, but it's nice, as things start to fall into place. It's a nice feeling. It's a rewarding feeling, especially for the team, to see things manifest. Because it's one thing to talk about it in the abstract, etc. But when you start actually getting to tangible things, I think it's really, really exciting.
No, I agree with you. You don't have to convince me at all. What was I going to say? So today, before I let you go, and I'll sit in the background, 242 was the high of attendance last week. If we want to continue the streak, we are currently at 190. So hopefully we can continue to move along. And I have a feeling after the next couple of weeks, we're going to potentially be in the 4 digits.
Easily, I would say easily.
I
just also want to report that to Gus, especially, that I safely transported my back and forth. It made it.
Did they make? Was that in your carry-on or was that in your checked luggage?
It wasn't my checked luggage. Suitably padded and ensconced in lots of t-shirts, basically.
All right. Well,
it's all good.
Get to
it. Let's kick this off. Yeah.
All right. I'll be in the background, highlight your questions as we go along. So if you got questions, I'll be starring them along the way, and we'll have a nice little Q&A session at the end.
All right. Let's get going.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, everyone. Welcome once again to another Vitruveo download, where we review the week's activities and what's coming up. This is season 2, episode 7. It is February 16th, 2024, and I'm Nick Kalyani, the project lead and founder. All right, let's get going with our categories. We have protocol, capital, tokens, products, creators, and ecosystem. Protocol, quick review of our wallets. We've had about 150 wallets added since last week. I expect that in about a week's time, that number is gonna skyrocket. We have 1.96 million blocks, and RC3 is imminent. When I say imminent, approximately next week or so. We're just gonna adjust a couple of formulas a little bit. Nothing major in the protocol at all. It doesn't impact anything in the protocol that's related to blocks or block headers or anything like that. So very, very minor change. What that does attest a little bit is the fact that since we launched the protocol in October, we haven't made any changes to the protocol. All we've done is tweak some numbers here or there that are sort of configuration numbers. And so I feel confident, with RC3 being our last release candidate, that we'll drop that in a few weeks, and that will be our production mainnet. So there's going to be no change, basically. We are already onboarding validators. We have 11 onboarded, and I had a fantastic meeting with the validator team yesterday about accelerating the onboarding process for validators. So I'm very pleased to report that we're going to go full throttle on that and start getting our validators onboarded. We have up to 500. So let's see how quickly we can get all of them onboarded and make this network as secure as possible. All right. Next up is capital. So in terms of the booster sales, we are at 1.35 million. Thank you once again to the community for stepping up. The actual number last I checked was 1354826. Let's look at it live. It went up a little bit, so that's great. We have 8,894 boosters, 584 early birds. Now, for the artists who are in the audience, this number is very significant, because this 8,894 boosters mean there are going to be 8,894 collector credits issued. That means there's going to be 8,894 artworks that are already pre-sold, that are just as you're onboarded and you get on, there's a buyer waiting for you, a booster buyer who has earned that privilege. We have 584 early birds. And now, folks, you've been asking for this for a few weeks, and I've kind of kicked the can down a couple of weeks now, but here we are, finally, the booster program sunset date. So Feb 29, 11:59 p.m. UTC, which is Feb 29, 6:59 p.m. EST, we sunset the booster program. It will be turned off. No more boosters will be sold, and the program will be wrapped up. So this is what people have asked for, and I'm very happy to report this. We are able to do this because we feel confident that our capital raise will progress with the booster program sunset also. So that is what people have been asking for, and that's what you got. All right, let's move on now to capital expenses. So there have been no expenses to report this period other than one-time expenses. So there's been, you probably saw in the multi-sig, a $30,000 withdrawal plus $35K total. So that was the withdrawal. That was for travel plus exchange liquidity. We decided that we are going to do sort of payroll once a month now versus every 2 weeks as we were doing, because it was getting too much to manage, and it's also not ideal for cash flow. So we're going to do it at the end of the month so that funds are available to people on the first of the month. There might be a couple more out of band requests here because of some contracts we've signed, but they are going to be small charges between now and the end of the month. But at the end of the month, we will have the monthly payroll for February. All right, let's talk about tokens. This is the exciting part. All right, so first and foremost, our DEX is live. So last week, I announced to you that today we would be launching the DEX, and I'm very, very pleased to report that it is in fact live today. So what I want to do is talk a little bit about the pairs that are supported currently and our approach to it. So right now, any pairing with the VTRO token is fully supported. Wrapped VTRU pairs are going to be locked. So you will not be able to create a wrapped VTRU pair until wrapped VTRU is also listed on a centralized exchange. So today, there are already two pairs there, VTRO and the HONCHO token. So the HONCHO token is for our upcoming PFP and gaming asset exchange. So that's HONCHO. It's got a nice new logo now, and it's being worked on. And we expect that sometime next month it will be live and will enable PFP projects and gaming assets, asset-oriented projects to be launched there. Just to be clear, Vitruveo is the blockchain for creators. And so creators for us are not just artists, musicians, etc., but also the creators who come up with the gameplay or the tokenomics, etc., for PFP projects and the engagement mechanisms for that. So we are really excited that we can support both on this chain and focus on them and really help them thrive on this. So HONCHO is coming soon, and the pair for it is already set up with liquidity on the exchange. I'm going to show you that in a moment. And the other app that has a token pair already set up is Flipia. So as projects come on, we welcome them. We invite them to set up their own tokens. In fact, anyone can create their own token. We are going to have over the weekend a very basic version of VTRU Mint available. So if you have a token idea and want to, launch your token, you can do that. You just provide a little bit of liquidity with VTRO, and you can launch your token. So let's look at Flipia. So Flipia is at flipia.xyz. So it's a little coin flip game. And I have my wallet connected right now. I have 25 VTRU in my wallet, and you basically choose heads or tails. Now, I played earlier, and I actually did win. Now, it's a random game, a game of chance. Let's see if fortune favors me here live or not. So I have chosen heads. Let's see, flipping. Good luck, DGen. Come on, let's see. I lost. Oh well, you can't win them all. So there you go. but that's how you play that game. It's at flipia.xyz. Connect your Vitruveo wallet. You got any Vitrus in there? You can go ahead and wager. I only wagered a small amount. I feel like I should go again, and let's see, one more. All right, just for fun. Yay! All right, I won. Well done, baller. So that's cool. I recovered what I lost there and made a small profit. So that is the second project coin that is there on the DEX. All right. So now let's actually go to the DEX. So that is at swap.vitruveo.xyz. So on the DEX, you can provide liquidity, you can swap, you can do things like that. What I want to do here is I want to show you my current wallet. I have a demo wallet I've set up here, and I have 25 Vitrus. I have 500 Vitros. I have 0 Honcho and 0 Flipia. All right. So that's the current state of affairs. Let's go to VTROSwap here and choose and say, okay, I want to provide, Vitro is my first token, and I want to swap with Honcho. And let's say that I want to do 10 Vitros. All right. Oh, first I need to unlock my wallet. Let's do that. Connect. All right, there we go. All right, so there we go. It read my balance of 10 Vitro, and it says that I'm going to get 39.8792 honchos. So first is I need to approve the Vitro for use by the DEX. So I will do that. I don't want to approve some crazy number. I'll just approve what's in my wallet and hit approve. Okay. And that should be approved shortly. And come on, let's go. There we go. All right, and so now I can go ahead and swap. So there's my Vitro rather, and my Honcho. Hit swap, confirm. That's what I'm going to get. Confirm. Transaction's been submitted. We'll wait. We can actually, oh, there we go. It's already done. So there I got my Honcho. So Vitro, the DEX is live. It works. Let's do the same thing just for giggles with Flipia. So we go to Flipia here, and let's do the same thing. 10 Vitros. So since I already approved my Vitro, I don't need to approve it again. And we'll hit swap. Confirm. You will receive at least 79.1246 Flipias. All right, let's do that. Hit go, confirm, and there we go. Flipias. I got. So the DEX is now live. It's fun. It has all the correct tokenomics built in. If you will recollect, 0.05% of the DEX fee is supposed to go to Vitro stickers, and I'll address that in just a moment. All of that has been programmed in, and it is working. So it's a rare. If you've used Pancake or or anything like that, you already know how to use it. You can provide liquidity and move things along. So I was thinking of issuing a token. I haven't thought about exactly what the utility would be or why someone might buy it, but I think it'll be fun. I know Fur's son wants to have a meme token, so we'll see that come up shortly. But yeah, if we should probably ask the Discord team to create a channel where if people list their coins, create new coins, and then put them on the DEX, that we become aware of them. So I am very pleased to report this is actually a meaningful milestone for us, because it is the first DeFi Web3 app that is fully production operational on our blockchain. So congratulations to all of you on this big milestone. It's super cool. Now, Fur would argue that Vitru Studio is first, but that's still in alpha. and this one is in production. So far, I think we're gonna have to give this one the winning spot. All right. Okay. All right. So next up is the coin that's trading there. So yeah, it's we've had a few days of trading now, and things are looking good up there. There's a ton of activity daily. I see that initially on the first few days there was a volume of 2 million per day, but now it looks like it's almost 4.5 million per day. So this is going along swimmingly. And yeah, so now we have VTRO on the centralized exchange, and we have VTRO on the decentralized exchange. And we are going to do a repeat pattern of this with the VTRU coin very, very soon. All right, moving along, let's talk about staking, because that's important. All right, so here's what is in store for you. First of all, we have an initial program for everyone to earn a 25% bonus by staking your VTRO for 60 days. That's open to anyone. As we speak, the devs are working on deploying the app. So it is currently 10:22 PST. So in 90 minutes from now, stake.vitruveo.xyz will be available, and you can begin your staking. Now, what we decided to do was to give people from now until next Friday to actually make their decisions and consolidate or whatever they got to do with their VTROs, etc. And the 60-day period begins on February 23rd at 1 p.m. EST, which is 6 p.m. UTC, and it ends on April 23rd at 1 p.m. EST, 6 p.m. UTC. So you have until that time to get your VTROs together, go to the exchange, buy some if you want to, and stake, and that 60-day period begins. Now remember, if you unstake during that 60-day period, you lose your 25% bonus and your stake accelerate 60 benefit. So I'll talk about that in just a moment. Now, the DEX reward, since the DEX is live, the smart contracts are all programmed, the DEX reward of 0.05% is being collected by the smart contract. We just don't have a way to show it to you yet. We're working on the web page for that, where you will have a dashboard where you can see your staking rewards. So before that 60-day period ends, we will have that dashboard up for you so you can see. So for example, if you stake today, you are earning on any DEX transactions that are happening, and your 25% bonus kicks in. That clock begins next Friday, and it goes on until April 23rd. But if you stake today, it's fine. You're still earning the DEX reward. You're not missing out on that. So yeah, this is basically the state of affairs, and I'm excited. I plan on staking some, and yeah, and we'll put a note in Discord as soon as it's up, in case you're not paying attention to the time. But it's very shortly. All right. In terms of stake accelerate, just so you remember, this is about for the people who do stake for the 60 days. If you stake in certain quantities, you can accelerate your VTRU vesting. So basically, we're playing a little playful here with stake terminology: rare, medium well, and well done. It's progressively higher quantity of vesting, and what it does is it helps you accelerate your vesting. Now, no one has asked this question, but I'll answer it anyway. This is in addition to any booster acceleration, right? So if you have boosters and you accelerate your vesting, and then you've also staked your VTRO, you can accelerate your vesting even further. And acceleration is retroactive. In other words, when you do your boost, or when the 60-day period is over and your acceleration is done, so it applies for the whole period of your vesting, and so it is retroactive. All right, so that is the story on staking. All right, let's move on to products. This is the part where we have so many moving parts and so much going on. It's sometimes my head is spinning sometimes, like, which product am I talking about? What am I working on? All right, but just to refresh, we've got a VTRU suite. We've got Studio, which is the app artists use in order to actually onboard their artworks. So we use the term consign because we don't have artists mint their work on this blockchain. You consign your work, and at the point of sale, it is actually minted. Then we have VTRU Search, which is, you can think of it like a Google for Vitruveo. All assets consigned are available for search. Then we have VTRU Store, which is kind of like a Shopify, where we will have our store, but anyone else can create a store. Any of you can, with a few clicks, create your own store with a markup for a subset of the artworks and sell them and make a profit. And then finally, we have Stream, which is kind of like our Spotify for art. We are really excited about that. And the ability for us to create playlists of artwork and make it visible in people's homes, offices, hotels, hospitals, airports, everywhere. That's our vision. And we will have Stream to bring it to reality. All right. So our first product that we have already launched in alpha is VTRU Studio. So we are now in the process of onboarding our Genesis artists. We have 15 artists in the initial cohort. 1,000 of them are queued up and waiting, and as I understand it, very anxious to get on. And we definitely want to get you on, but we also want to make sure the software is ready. And there's 1,300 plus in the waiting list. So what's going on with these 15 artists? Well, let's find out. But first, a sip of chai. All right, so we have some quotes here. So the simple and intuitive user interface ensures a seamless experience for users, making it easy to navigate and understand. The efficient image cropping feature eliminates the need for creators to manually manipulate images. So that's from Dr. Martin Raskowski. Thank you very much for that. He's been a very, very awesome user, giving us great feedback on all the studio features, etc. So thank you, Dr. Martin. I really appreciate your ongoing support. All right. Igor Reno says, I really like the nativeness and responsiveness of the interface. When you click something, the interface updates its state, changing colors, green check marks, etc. Yes. So one of the things we are trying to do is to build a UI where to follow the principle, don't make me think. So keep things very simple, very basic, because we are dealing with a global audience here with varying degrees of technology skills, and we don't want users who may not have too many tech skills to be sort of stuck there. We want them to be able to complete tasks very easily and get their works consigned. So really focused on usability quite a bit. Next is Anastasia. I'm a 14-year-old artist, and it was really easy for me to create an account and go through all steps. The interface is really user-friendly and contains simple instructions, comments, which are very helpful. Anastasia is actually a very popular leader in the community at that young age. I really feel like youth are going to thrive on Vitruveo. So we'll not only provide opportunities for them to grow, but we'll also provide mentorship and other things to them. And really look forward to collaborating with Anastasia and others in the ecosystem that are very, very talented youth artists. So excited about that. So thank you for that, Anastasia. All right. Now we come to VitruScope. I will do a mea culpa on this. It is delayed entirely 100% because of me, because of all the things that I've had to work on during my travel and higher priority tasks. This was pushed back, and I sincerely apologize for it. I'm gonna make a huge effort to complete the portion that I have to work on this weekend and push it out. We did add 4 to the mix here: Nexus, Dreamer, Benefactor, and Validator. Once again, my sincere apology to the community. I have no excuses for this other than the fact that I just had to reprioritize and there were things that were way more important for the project that took higher priority. But I'm committed to getting it done here. All right. Next up is the ecosystem. So what do we have to report there? Well, I already talked a little bit about the HONCHO marketplace. I just want to make sure that everyone's aware that if you have a PFP project that you're considering, do talk to us. We'd love to know about it. We have on our website, developer grants, etc. So please do complete that form and let us know about it, because we can help you with the tokenomics, we can help you promote it, and we can help you, with the community as well. Maybe get some early adopters and things like that. But the HONCHO marketplace is our sort of central hub for all things that are related to PFP and gaming projects. And so we encourage everyone with ideas to come to us and talk about it. All right, next up, the DaVinci grant. So we've been moving through the process of vetting the applications, etc. So we received 60 applications, 4 were incomplete, 56 were being considered. Of those, 36 applications met the grant criteria. 20 are under review. We've asked the submitters for some clarifications. So looks like we've got at least 36 great projects that we can vote on for this grant. So the screening period happened February 9th through the 14th. We're doing a final review, and after that, it goes to you to vote. So we'll be announcing what that voting process will be like. And good luck to everyone who applied. I saw some fantastic projects there. I'm really excited to have them come to light here. So that's the word on the DaVinci grant. And I believe the only thing remaining then is today's download poet. Every week, we issue a new poet for the download, and we are heading towards the end of this season very soon. And once you have that whole suite of poets for these downloads, you'll be eligible for some very special prizes and things like that. So do collect your poet. It's only valid for 1 day. So if you're watching this recording later and if the link doesn't work, that's why. It's 24 hours from the time we do the show. So that's it today, folks. The big news today is the DEX. It was a big undertaking for us. It is launched. It is ready. It is live. Staking is coming up in exactly 90 minutes. That's also great. And with that, I'm going to ask Zach to come back up, and we'll start taking some questions. By the way, that link there is where you can get my presentation if you want to go through it at your own pace. All right, let's take some questions here.
Cool. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot, man. Today, a lot of people were just really excited. But here's a recent one. Like, if you have a PFP in mind for consideration, who do you reach out to?
Yeah. So on our website, let me go find it for you. There is a link. Let me just go exactly to where the link is so you can see it. Give me a moment. There we go. All right. I found it at the stage. Here we go. So this is our website, Vitruveo.xyz. If you go to the for developers, there's a developer grants link here, and you can click that developer grant link, and there's an application form right there that you can complete, and that comes to us, and we review it and get back to you as quickly as possible. So that's the way you can tell us about your project.
Yes. And I'm sure in the near future, there will be developers that will start becoming members of the community and saying, hey, I'd like to help people. So
I see an interesting comment there. I was not aware of this. Where is it? Some people must wait 24 hours for YouTube to translate the vid and are unable to claim poet in 24 hours since the vid is not available. Well, let's post it's a standard link for grabbing that download. So let's go ahead and post it here. Give me a second. I'll do it for you. That way you don't have to wait for the translation.
It's also a QR code that is going to continue to be on every week. So even if you're like waiting, you could just go find the QR code and scan it within 24 hours. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I understand the logic behind the question, though. It is a solid point.
All right. There we go. So the link is always the same, vitru.xyz/download poet. And you can visit that and claim your poet.
This is a pretty standard question, but I just want to make sure we address it. Is the 25% airdrop bonus is a one-time promotion?
One time.
We were just
one time.
It's a one-time promotion for all current holders, OG holders. It won't be for people who have bought on MEXC.
No, anyone can stake.
Oh, okay, all right.
Anyone. It's a 60-day stake. It's a 60-day. If you stake for 60 days, it's for anyone.
Okay. Well, I've been proven wrong. All right. Let's see other questions. You take the most recent. I'm gonna scroll up and see if there's anything I really missed. Oh, by the way, we're at 250. So we broke.
I saw 267.
267 is what you saw? Okay, I did not see 267.
Yeah.
Must have walked away from it. So that's the new record for next week.
Yeah.
So tell one friend, somebody, and everyone come back next week so we can hit 268 at least. I saw this. We need a Vitruveo meetup in San Diego. I love San Diego. I'd love to fly out there. Give me an excuse to go out there.
Yeah, I would love to go there. But as I understand it, the rains have been torrential and have wreaked havoc, right? I saw some videos. It looked pretty bad. But yeah, I'm up for San Diego anytime.
Here we go. There were 3 super boosters sold. Do we have any data on which type of super booster they are?
They were all 25K.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Sky High says stake. You map with the Flipia? Yeah. If you haven't seen, Flipia is a little gambling, heads, tails, obviously. And roulette is opening, and there'll be more games coming out on that. So it's fun. I've definitely lost a little bit of money on there, but not everyone could be a winner. Let's see.
I think I can get rid of that banner now. So close that. Okay. So do you see any others?
Here we go. So can we transfer and consolidate a VTRO from one eligible wallet to another and still get the rewards?
I'm trying to understand the gist of the question.
They're talking about staking?
Yeah, I think anyone can stake and get those rewards. So there is no constraint. I believe what Tammy might be referring to is the Vitru Mint 0.50 airdrop, which is restricted to the original wallets. So here's how that's going to work. I think so, because that can be that. I can't think of any other thing that has a constraint. Right now, you can move your VTRO freely to any wallets or whatever, consolidate, do whatever, in staking, because both the DEX staking reward and the 60-day 25% staking reward are based upon staking. It doesn't matter what wallet it's associated with. The Vitru Mint one is restricted to 3 classes of users. One is the original UXI sacrificers. So those wallets that were airdropped Vitro, basically, that's one. The second is everyone who sealed with the swapper. So that set of wallets. And the third is the validators. So that's 3 sets of wallets that are eligible for the 0.5% airdrop with Vitru Mint, but we haven't done any of that yet. Now, here's what's going to happen on that. You will be able to go and use a wallet that's in the allow list there of that 3 categories I just said, and change it to another wallet that you would like instead to be in the allow list. So you'll be able to do that, but hopefully you still have access to the original wallet. It doesn't need anything other than a tiny bit of VTRU for the gas, but you will be able to change it. So for example, if today, let's say that it's wallet A that's going to be on the allowed list, but you've decided that you want wallet B to be your primary and have consolidated under that, that's great. When the VTRU, when that staking feature launches, you'll be able to go and say that I have wallet A, I'm eligible for this program. I want my eligible wallet to be wallet B, swap it, and you're good to go. So Tammy, I hope I answered your question, but if I didn't, just let me know.
What is the current circulating supply of VTRO? Isn't it 50 million?
50 million, yeah.
This is a good question. If I add staked VTRO along the way, does that increase my 25%? Or does it have to be from day one?
Your stake is for that period of time that I showed, February 23rd to April 23rd. The additional staked amount qualifies for the daily DEX reward. Basically, the DEX staking is calculated daily. So it would be eligible for that, but it wouldn't be eligible for the 25% program.
Yeah. So technically, if you started staking today and you acquired more VTRO, and as long as you staked it by the end of the deadline to start the 60.
By the start of the deadline, February 20th. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Can poets be organized? That's an interesting question.
There's a ton of features we are working on with Poet. So yeah, we'll allow you to categorize them and group them and those kind of things. But our high priority is to get that Zapier integration done. So in order to get that done, we have to have it enabled with OAuth integration. So we're working on that. That's a bit challenging. So we're working on that right now. But yes, we will eventually have you organize them, etc.
We're going to have an app from one blockchain to VTRO because I can't access MEXC. So I think they're talking about like a bridge or another exchange or another way to off ramp when it does come time to sell.
Yeah. As I understand it, MEXC is available to everyone, and if you are in the US, you can still use it. You just don't have to do their KYC. And you don't need to off ramp from MEXC. You can just use USDT or something like that and transfer to whatever off ramp exchange you have, and that works quite well. So USDT or USDC is a good way to this, but that doesn't address the question. The question is, yes, we are going to have a bridge. It's just something a little complicated, and we'll get it done.
And just to drive that point home, you can't rush a bridge because out of all of the exploits that have happened in crypto, bridges have been the #1 target for hackers, spammers, and all of that stuff. So it's something that we have to be very diligent on, make sure that it works great, have lots of testing. It's not something that you could just be like spin up overnight. It is a vital piece of bridges and routers are a huge vital piece of any sort of blockchain's infra, and it's probably one of the bigger risky parts of an infrastructure. So we got to make sure it's right.
Yeah. So the follow up, he says, is I have BNB. I want to move to Vitruveo. So here's the thing: for any other currency to exist on Vitruveo, we would have to have a wrapped token of it, and the bridge would bring that token over. That's the way it would work. Now, if you want to spend that BNB, then you would convert it to BUSD right now and go buy a booster.
Let's see. Just to be clear, when will those wanting 50-50 split get their VTRO allocation?
Yeah, so that's part of the VTRO scope drop that's happening.
So, someone just asked about scope as well. So 21st.
Before the 21st. The 21st is the last day for it. It'll be before that. Yes.
Here we go. Everyone knows that you drink chai. What do you eat for breakfast?
I love eggs. So eggs in various forms is what I have for breakfast. Usually it's in it's in a wrap, like a mini burrito, if you will, but really mini burrito is what I usually get.
I had egg whites.
I don't want people to think I eat this giant burrito for breakfast. It's like literally a single tortilla with eggs, and I pile on the hot sauce. So don't tell anyone that, but I like hot sauce for breakfast. I just eat fiery hot stuff.
I'm sure Nick eats eggs with pineapple.
Oh my God, no!
That's unhinged behavior if I've ever heard of it.
You know that need to have a meme, something token or something around pineapple. Yeah, so I think I should have the pineapple coin here, pineapple token.
So I'm assuming that you're not a pineapple on pizza person.
No, I am. That's why people are. Yes, I am unabashedly, publicly, pineapple and jalapenos pizza. I like it. I'm sorry. All right, just cancel me now. So
I don't like warm pineapple. Is that? Can we buy Honcho and flip your token right now? Yes.
This very moment, you can go to the DEX and swap.
Yes, you may. Hawaiian pizza is amazing. I would disagree, but you're allowed to have your crappy opinion. The price of VTRU fixed?
No,
it will not be, and you'll know why soon enough.
Yeah,
it won't go down but you'll learn more about that later. Let's see. Yeah, I like this. Can't rush a bridge because it can collapse. Very true. Very true.
That's very true. You're right about that. I mean, like, bridge is where the most vulnerabilities are, because that's where you're locking tokens on one and unlocking on the other, or creating on the other. And there's every possibility of creating a double spend attack where somehow the lock goes wrong. And so now you've got the asset in two places. Boom, chaos.
Yeah. And bridges have come, and just to talk about that, just as a general thing, bridges have come a long way in the last 2 years. I remember trying to bridge from Polygon to Ethereum like 2 years ago. And it took like 45 minutes. And it was just like, you can't close the browser window or potentially, or it will like lose your transaction. But now, like, when I bridge, it's within minutes. It's much smoother. I've never been a victim of any sort of attack, but you still do see those headlines, and it still is a very big, ecosystems are safe. And when you have to do two ecosystems together, there's a bridge in the middle that is very vulnerable. Let's see. I think that's really about it, unless there's something that just came in. Would you say, oh, here we go. That's good. Would you say that the roadmap is still accurate or needs adjusting? Either way, we are pleased with the progress. I appreciate you speaking for everybody, but
yeah,
what's your opinion?
I don't like, we are on track with what we are doing. We are launching these projects. What we've done in the past 2 weeks is added some more projects, and we are adding the resources also to move forward in parallel with it. So I feel pretty good about our roadmap. The thing that the question I hear the most from everybody, and I know jokingly people send me this one word DM and all that, is when, right? When is it? But I think people should also consider that there are other questions. There's what, which, how, where, so we have to consider all of those things as we make some of these decisions. And sometimes the when has to be adjusted because of the how or what or the which or the dependencies. The biggest problem is dependencies, when one thing depends on another, and and we need to make sure that you release things in a structured manner. So other than that, I think the roadmap is good, and I'm especially excited that Studio Alpha is wrapping up testing. I have to provide some metadata fields, and then we have that ready to go with almost 2,500 artists. So that's a lot. And if we see no problems there, we'll unlock it and make it available for more artists, and also for them to be able to add multiple artworks, because right now we have limited it to one artwork.
And to also go on to on that, I would agree with everything you just said, and I think a little bit of our focus has had to shift based on good conversations that we've had, and putting together a solid user acquisition strategy to not only talk to you guys but the greater DeFi world.
Yeah,
and obviously that takes a lot of energy and effort, and that's like where I've been a lot lately. So all good things, got to be very agile when you're new, and that.
Yeah, we have almost 20,000 wallets there, and we need to 10x or 100x that.
Oh yeah,
so
100x crazy.
Yeah, but at least start with 10xing that.
Yep. Here's an interesting question, because I know that the exchange volume is really good, but that doesn't necessarily count for anything else. Will there be enough volume for VTRO to get a daily epoch rebase?
That's where, again, I said, when we increase the number of users, it becomes effortless. I feel like it will be effortless for us. It seems like really difficult. Like, when you have to climb a really tall mountain, when you're at the base, it seems formidable, right? But you get midway to the top, or even a quarter of the way up, you start seeing that, well, this is achievable. So it's like that. This is very early days. We are just starting to do things here, and it's gonna ramp up very, very quickly. And I'm very confident that we will reach a point where we'll be like, we almost take it for granted that we're gonna hit the transaction limit every day.
So I think that, okay, this one obviously, but we can't really go into it. Can't go into it. You'll find out soon enough. Come back next week.
Honestly, like, if you think about it, when you're working on something high priority, other things have to take sort of a back seat. That's what it comes down to, right? Everything cannot have the same priority. And what I do is I look at what is the greater good. Where do I put my effort that is going to have the maximum impact on the project? And if you think about Vitruveo, the delay on it essentially delays people having coins in their wallet. But if you think about it, what is the greater good? The greater good is making sure the project is capitalized, making sure the project is growing, and eventually get to the point where that VTRU can actually be listed, right? So until that point, just having the VTRU in your wallet is not very helpful. So that's why I deprioritize that. So that's just the way I think about it, is what is the greater good and is going to make the project more successful, and I prioritize based on that.
So this one isn't a question for you. It's more of a thing for me. And since you always get all the questions, I feel kind of entitled to answer. From our good friend Crypto Matt, but we need to have some community meetings soon. I agree. And it won't necessarily be around VTRU is tradable. I mean, that is obviously part of it, but when more news is released, there'll definitely be a lot of community reasons to meet, and you'll understand more as we get closer to that finish line, or the sprint, as you will. And I think you'll all be very excited, and we'll see a lot of new faces, and that'll definitely be a need for me to be out front talking to people. But I appreciate the shout out and asking for my opinion on something. So I'm here too, Doesn't always have to be about Nick.
Yes.
But I think that's it, man. I think we did another episode, a short one, under an hour. I think that's the shortest download that we've done today.
Yeah, but a short is not about not being impactful. I think the DEX is, for me, it's been it's a big deal for us, and also we can go back to working on the thing we're cooking, and so yeah, and like I said, it is my commitment to not delay the scope anymore. I apologize for that. I'm gonna move that forward and go right back to working on it and get it done.
So I have a question. Because I just thought about this with the addition of Honcho in the Flippia tokens. Is this something that we're going to have to build, or is there a place where people could go see those charts to see the price for swapping, since they'll be live?
Well, the swapping is always live right there. Are you talking about the trend prices and all that?
Yeah. Like would there be?
So there are tools for that are available. There are third-party tools, and we'll go ahead and get them wired up.
Yeah. I can go to DEX Screener and all of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously my job. I was just wondering if I literally, the thought just popped in my head, because I'm probably going to swap to get some Honcho later today, just because it's just a cool brand name. I love Honcho. This is cool.
Yeah, what we do want to do is identify projects that are thriving in the EVM ecosystem, and invite them, to add our chain, because now we have a DEX, and we'll soon have more projects going on here, and it'll be humming along, and so it will be beneficial to them.
Maybe third time lucky, maybe lucky. Maybe he asked this before and I missed it.
Oh, sorry, AA.
Any news on gaming projects for Honcho? Have we reached out to anyone join? We have been looking at gaming projects. Addy has actually been sending some information and meeting some people at some like crypto meetups that are in that space. But when it comes to PFP, more your traditional PFP, I think we have like 3 to 5 planned.
Yeah, already lined up. Yeah,
already lined up.
Yeah.
So we'll have a few cool collections right at the beginning, and I got a couple of meetings with some people who have some IP ready to go as well. So hopefully we can get that around 10 by the time that's up. And obviously, if you have a PFP collection sitting around on your computer that you would like to bring into it, fill out the form, and we'll try to accommodate you for the first initial drop of these PFPs.
All right. I guess with that, it's a wrap. Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I'm cool. You're cool.
Yeah. Thanks all. So I'm gonna go back to working. Thank you all. And
no, you go sleep. Go take a nap.
No, I've got too much to get done. But we will post in the Discord once we've got the stake link up. So watch out for that in about an hour approximately.
There'll be a full
thanks.
draft.
Sorry,
or it'll be an announcements, right?
Yeah, we'll do an announcement.
Right, not minor updates, but announcements.
Yeah, announcement. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks all. Appreciate it. And you know what I've really missed this past few days that I've been gone, etc., is talking on a space. So what I'm going to do is in a little bit, I'm just going to fire up a space, because I have a little bit of time between meetings, and just hop on and chat for a bit. So thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you very soon.
I'll see you in like 2 hours, Nick.
All right.
All right, guys, everyone, have a great weekend, and we'll see you real soon.